Alrighty, well, before we get too deep into today's video, I'm going to talk to you about today's video sponsor, AG1. So AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that supports whole body health. I mean, we're talking the mind, the gut, the immune system, and it does that by having 75 different high quality ingredients. Getting the vitamins and minerals and probiotics and all of these things that my body needs on a regular basis has been an absolute game changer. Now, the problem was that to do that, I had like 9 different health products I had to deal with on a regular basis. And when the going gets tough and times get busy and I'm running late in the morning, it starts to fall by the wayside. I'll skip it today and then I fall out of the routine. And that is one of the biggest benefits for me to drinking AG1 is that it basically covers all 9. You put 1 scoop into 8 to 12 ounces of cold water, shake it up, drink it, you're done, you're ready to go for the day. You've got all of that foundational nutrition that your body needs in one shot. One of the biggest things for me is the immune support. We travel a lot, we go to these events, we meet a lot of people, we're in crowded areas, we're shaking a lot of hands, and if your immune system's not up to par, it'll catch up to you really quick. Having that immune support is huge to know I can go into those environments and not have to worry about whether I'm gonna end up missing work because of it. So it's been great. It has been literally a game changer in my life because I know firsthand how much it has improved how I feel on a day-to-day basis. And I personally really enjoy drinking it. I enjoy the taste, I enjoy the smell. They did a really good job of making something so healthy taste as good as it does. Goes down easy. So that being said, if you are interested in trying it out for yourself, just give it a shot. See what you think firsthand. Head to drinkag1.com/Taylor Ray with 2 R's to get started on your first order. AG1 is going to give you guys a free 1-year supply of AG vitamin D3 plus K2, as well as 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. It's a great way to try it out and just see what you think firsthand. Don't take my word for it, give it a shot. So I would highly recommend it. But for now, we are out of time. We need to get back to work. As I said, we're stretched pretty thin, always a lot to do. So thanks to AG1 for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to it. All right, well, we are at OSW with the C6 Corvette competition drip film. This is a 2-for-1 special. We're testing the vet, but we also get to test the new truck. So it drove great here. I really liked it. Felt solid, good power, shifted nice and smooth. We're still waiting on our little extension for the gooseneck, but so far I'm really liking it. Super comfortable, super quiet, A1. So we're here to test the vet on the oval. Normally if we come here, we drive the skid pad. However, we want to see how fast this thing is compared to the FD cars. So we're going to time it and kind of compare that to some of the times from the FD cars, and see where we're at. See how close to the pace of an FD car this thing would be. Because we don't know. We could be way off, we could be equivalent, we could be quicker. We really don't know. I imagine we'll be a little bit slower. But I've only driven this car like 1 lap on the oval on dead tires. We're going to be driving it fully hooked up on the oval with not dead tires. So it's going to be a learning experience in general. So fortunately, all the lines are still painted. Those are the old hash marks. This is where the front clip was this last event, which is what we're going off of. And then the other front clip's going to be over here. Right here. You can see that's where it used to be. That's all we really need to mark. So we decided to go out first on a scrub set of tires. These are literally the tires we used in the last battle of the comp we were at a couple weeks ago. So get an idea, get a feel for the track in this car. As I said, I've never really driven this track in this car, maybe half a lap with some dead tires. So, we're gonna have to kind of learn the track in this car and learn the track with a lot of grip. I've always driven this track on dead tires. I've never gone out on good grippy tires. So this is gonna be a learning experience in more ways than one. So we pulled in and got ready to swap a fresh set of new tires on and then go back out and see what that's like. All right, that was a good first 2 laps. Wasn't all the way up there, but yeah, playing it conservative. We need to be up there for the times for ourselves, but you know, we're easing into it. That felt good though. This thing's a monster. That was only on 5 clicks on the boost controller. So this new set is bound to have a decent bit more grip than our scrub set. Our scrub set had 2 hard laps on a long abrasive track, so this is going to be a bit of a change of pace, and we got to be ready for it and make sure we don't let the grip catch us off guard. Now that we're starting to push it with the rear grip levels, our front grip is becoming not enough. So we decided to air down a touch in the front just to keep this thing from pushing as we come off the bank. Now part of it is driver, line and stuff, but I like having good front grip. So after throwing on another fresh set of tires and going down just a little bit more in tire pressure, we're already down pretty low. It's time to go back out and push this thing a little further and try to push myself a little further, get a little further up on the bank, but while staying well within the comfort zone of taking very minimal risks. We do not want to stuff this thing into the wall on a test day. That is my #1 priority before anything else.
having. Slow.
When I noticed that the equipping point was out of the way and kind of in the middle of my path, I decided to just abort the run and save the tires to do another lap with everything in place.
The headlight. Not the headlight. Hold on, headlight. That's it.
Fast lap.
Threw some rocks at me.
All right, got another fresh set of tires on. We are down even more in pressure now. Car feels so good, dude. Across the middle, it's so fast. That last run was so much fun because I was like, I'm coming in too fast, and I just threw angle to it and floored it, and it pretty much held that angle the whole way around the turn, right on the edge. It feels good. I'm still a little timid on the wall. I'm not trying to go 10 tenths on the wall. We're here for a test day. There's no gain. We need to get most of the way there. All right, let's go do some more laps. Right, Raldo?
Right.
Right, Ben? Ben's here.
I'm dead.
It's hot, dude.
It is.
It is like 4 million degrees. At least the sun's behind the clouds right now. Yeah.
That one's a little
Yeah. Step into my office, as they say. Love the interior of this thing. Let's party. car is loaded up. We got some wheels to take for Chelsea. We're trying it out backwards, and the reason is just because it was in the shop that way, so instead of having to pull out, turn around. But if we don't hate doing it backwards, we can space the front wheels out a good bit and get a lot more angle. We have the angle very, very limited right now because with our track width we'll hit. But if we extend our track width, give ourselves a little more offset, we could add a lot more angle. Granted, I haven't hardly used all the angle, but it would be nice to have if we're gonna put it in backwards anyway. But it is a little more difficult to get it lined up. It's still crooked right now. The times where I appreciate a newer truck the most are these times when you're exhausted after a long day. We're both super sweaty and tired, and you get into a nice quiet vehicle with good AC. Remote started it. That's nice though. We turned the tow haul on. Time to roll out. Good day, good day. No wreck. Got some lines I was pretty happy with. A little conservative on the bank for sure. Wasn't risking it for the biscuit there, but it was, you know, leaving some on the table on purpose. And the rest of it I was really happy with. A lot of angle in the last turn, fast through the clips, got the clips. The car felt great, like, awesome. We do need to address the cooling system though. We gotta make some changes there. On hot days like this, it struggles just a little bit. I mean, it's making a lot of power, it's getting a lot of thrashing. So it is to be expected, but if we can improve it, we might as well. So anyway, we're gonna hit the road. What'd you think, Josue? How was your day?
It was a good day of testing.
Yeah.
Yep. Glad everything went well.
Yeah.
And the
car didn't break, no wrecks.
No, yep. Did a great job. And now I get to sit in the 8-seat seat. In the front seat.
Front seat. Hopefully you get in the front seat.
Crack the monsters
Even though we got
open.
the mega cab.
Right.
All right, anyway, we're leaving.
Look at that temp though.
It is toasty, boys. Is that gate closed? What the hell?
Passenger trailer brake lights out.
It's always the worst part of coming to OSW. You hear that exhaust brake though? Boom, exhaust brake and big rigging. I love it. It sounds so sick with the exhaust brake. Just getting out here when it's busy is not the most ideal thing. You gotta cross people going 65, 70 into people going 65, 70. All right, well, we made it back home. We got everything unhooked. The truck did great, man. It felt amazing towing with it. Plenty of power. So nice having so many gear options. We could walk it out of 6th if we were on the back roads. It was a nice short drive to kind of stretch this thing's legs a little bit and just see how it felt towing. And so far, so good. It feels great. My only complaint is the turning radius with the short bed, which we knew was a thing, and that's why we're getting some offset hitch stuff, which is pretty simple, pretty bolt-in stuff. And we'll see how it is then. But overall, really, really happy with this thing so far. Smooth, good power, nice and quiet. Pretty much everything I was hoping for in a tow rig. And the mega cabness is going to come in really handy on our next trip when we make a long trip and we got a bunch of luggage, so hopefully he doesn't have a mountain of bags next to him. So on the car front, the main reason we were there, the car did super, super well, man. This thing, we still aren't scratching the surface. I checked the logs and the most boost we made was 8.5 pounds, and that was plenty of power. We didn't need any more, so I never turned it up further than that. We can go up to 15 pounds, or about half of the boost that we can run on this thing and have ran on this thing on the dyno, and it just ate up the grip. So that was awesome. It was really fun driving it hooked up on the oval. I've never driven a car super gripped up on the OSW oval. I don't really drive the oval there very often at all, just because it's so aggressive on tires. You know, you go through tires so much faster, but we needed seat time in this car on a track that had grip, and we wanted to compare to FD time. So we kind of did a timers on after watching the video and in person of this thing going around the track and compared it to kind of some live stream footage. And you know, it's not perfect because different angles and stuff, but tried to get a general idea of where our pace was comparatively. And it seems like we're pretty close. We're not very far off, which is a good thing to know. You know, if you're curious, we're on the same tires that the FD cars are running. So how far is the car and me as the driver off. So that was cool. That was a fun little experiment. Now, one thing I did realize is I was playing it conservative on the bank on purpose because we have, the biggest comp of the year coming up here in just a week and a half. So I did not want to risk going into the wall and having to fix this thing before then. There was really no incentive. We weren't there for any event. We were just testing. But that being said, looking back, I did kind of miss a crucial step on the setup. We didn't even get all the way down in tire pressure to the limit. However, chassis-wise, we have all the grip in it. What I mean by that is we have back here this Just Engineering rear grip kit, and it allows you to move some pickup points around and change the toe gain in the rear. And what that is basically, as the suspension compresses, the wheel toes in. So in practice, when you get on throttle, the suspension compresses. While it compresses, the wheels toe in and it gives you more grip. So it means the more throttle you give it, the more you squat it, the more grip you get. So it gives you a lot of forward drive. Now that's good in a lot of scenarios. You're tandeming, being able to drive up on someone's door, things like that, but it does make it very hard to go wide, even on a flat track. If you end up tandeming and you're inside of somebody, it makes it really hard to bring the car backwards. Because when you get on throttle, it just wants to drive forward. Now, it's especially bad on the bank. It's already, the bank wants to bring you down. So then when you add forward drive in there, a lot of forward drive on throttle, it makes it really hard to keep the car high up on the bank. Now, I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, setup-wise, we should have taken the toe gain out and gone with lower tire pressure and seen how that went. But I just overlooked in my head. I was just having too much fun blasting this thing around the track, being able to really open it up for long periods of time, flying across the middle, flicking it in, throwing angle. I was having too much fun, and I got a little bit out of what we were there to do, the mission plan. But that's how it goes sometimes. We'll go back, we'll take the toe gain out of it, we'll run even lower pressures, and then see what that's like. But for now, the car held together. We kept it out of the walls. It performed great. We do want to do some stuff to the cooling system just to improve it. It works really well considering the power the car makes and the amount of thrashing it's getting, but it could always be better. So we might as well improve it. The less stuff we have to deal with at the track, the better, the easier the whole weekend run. So that's something we're going to address. We're going to do some other stuff to the car before this big event, but she's still in one piece all the way through. So I can't really ask for much more. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. A whole lot of jibber jabber. Let me know what you guys think of the car on the oval, full send ripping. But for now, that's a wrap. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.